Hello, everyone! Thanks for tuning in. My name is Nikolai, and this is review of Dead Space Remake 2023. It is a retelling of the classic survival horror game from 2008. It has been completely remanaged with updated graphics, new gameplay mechanics, and a more fleshed out story. And after seeing this scene,
Oh my god. I can't believe you're here.
I thought I'd never see you again. I'm gonna get us home. There's an SOS beacon nearby. We can call for help.
I started to cry. Literally. How gorgeous this remake could be. When the remake was announced, I was skeptical, because even today the game looks quite decent, and most importantly, it plays very smooth on PC and Xbox backward compatibility. Sorry PlayStation, but your backward compatibility sucks. Also, after seeing Last of Us Part 1, I was really scared for the game. I'm sorry, Joel. But this time Electronic Arts brought something really amazing. It didn't touch the best things about Dead Space, left all scary and iconic things on the spot, and reimagined the cutscenes. Just look how it used to be in this room from Dead Space 2008. Player could easily rush inside and easily prevent the next necromorph to be spawned. But now just look how the remake reimagined this scene. The cutscene is still going, and player cannot do anything. The alien crawls away, and we understand that the room behind us is full of corpses, and they are already becoming back alive. The anticipation of gore, violence, and pure horror is incredible. And this is the main thing that everyone can breathe out and say, yes, this remake is a masterpiece. And now let us talk a little bit about Ishimura, which means a stone village, which is our main spaceship. The game takes place in a dark and creepy setting on a derelict spaceship overrun by vicious monsters known as necromorphs. The graphics in the game are truly stunning and bring a new level of immersion to the player. The detailed environments combined with the atmospheric improved lighting and sound effects create a tense and frightening atmosphere. Just look how detailed the dynamic lights are. It gives the remake even more value. The sound became crazy deep. Isaac breathes heavily after fights. His boots sound scary when he walks on the dead flesh and metal rocks. The screams around the ship make you to be terrified all the time, and whispers. Whispers.
What is this?
Not gonna spoil you this one, go play it. The necromorphs themselves are also well designed with intricate models and animations that make them even more frightening to encounter. One of the key gameplay mechanics of Dead Space Remake is the same. The strategic dismemberment system. As you can see, basically nothing has changed since the very first game, but it did change. Multiple new dialogues that finally make sense, because I want to remind you, Isaac played the role of Gordon Freeman in original Dead Space and was completely speechless till the Dead Space 2. Isaac is finally having emotions.
Keep working! I'll hold them off!
Hammond is not a stupid soldier.
Nothing I can do.
Kendra
What the fuck are these
reacts
things?
more real,
The ones I saw.
and all other characters are more alive. And the voice of Isaac is the same from other Dead Space 2 and 3. And this is such a beautiful relief. However, There are emotions in the voice, but there are no emotions in the animation. Quite sad, but sustainable. The open outer space where Isaac is no longer jumping randomly but can fly and navigate in the zero gravity levels has been made very well. Now we can fly around and enjoy the huge scale of the outer space and feel the true meaning of the famous quote from the movie Alien: "In space, no one can hear you scream." That adds, of course, new layers of puzzles, fights, crazy routes, and thank God they removed that shooting asteroid level. I hated it so much in the original game, you won't believe me. Now, all weapons we can find throughout the ship and don't have to carry the blueprints with us and buy them, which is so cool. Before you were thinking, should I buy this gun because I already upgraded my plasma cutter? The complete rebalance of each gun, except plasma cutter, please don't change it, is a good thing. Finally, force gun started to be useful. Contact beam became one of my most favorite guns. It shoots a huge beam and have huge impact damage, like the gun from the Matrix, yeah. The rifle is having a grenade launcher like in Dead Space 2, no stupid whirlpool thingy. Not doors being replaced with access levels, and this is a genius solution. It was quite annoying to run back and forth in the ship knowing that you always have to have an extra knot in order to open a door. Speaking about running back and forth in the ship, now it is completely open ship where we can roam freely and return to the old sections if we want to search for more goodies or some secrets. That adds an additional level of replayability and exploring feature, because before Isaac couldn't turn back to medical center or check out the captain's deck after launching the final pod. You can use a tram or you can walk through the entire ship. That makes the game as a whole without unnecessary loading screens. Buy a console again. Now game warns you at the very end that we cannot come back to previous sections and player has to decide what to do next. Another standout feature of the game is its story. It didn't change at all. Almost. I'm not gonna spoil you, but there is an alternative ending in the game which makes even more sense for the sequel where Isaac becomes insane. Bravo, EA! Now I have to talk about some unpleasant things. But it's only a personal matter, guys. Hopefully nobody had the same issues like me. As you know, I'm a fan of Xbox, and right now I'm playing most of my games on Xbox Series S, because I don't have access to the X series all the time. So, after watching Digital Foundry, where they said that the best version is Xbox Series X, I gladly proceeded to play on my Xbox Series S, thinking that this is the second best choice after Xbox X, right? Until I suddenly got this. And I was like, okay, just a glitch, it happens. Well, I actually never ever had that in my life on Xbox Series S, and I was like, okay, it just happens, brand new game, just bought it, okay, let's go further. But then I started to have this again, and again. In the very end of the game, every single cutscene was breaking an entire game. I could not stop cursing and hating myself because I played on the third difficulty, which was hard, and each lag put me back to the save point. I barely finished the game and couldn't understand the reason of those dead screens. Besides, the video was recording that screen, but the sound was different. Besides, the video was recording that screen internally, but the sound was different, and Isaac was breathing heavy, and some other weird sounds were coming out instead of the cutscenes. Maybe the marker reached my Xbox? Again, that was only my own problem. I'm sure that it happened because there are no patches yet and some minor optimization problems. However, the game works in a solid 60 FPS and looks fantastic on Series S, so this is another reason why I was so confused about dead screens. Dead Space, dead screens. In conclusion, Dead Space Remake is a triumph of survival horror games. Its updated graphics and gameplay mechanics, combined with its suspenseful storytelling and immersive atmosphere, make it a must-play for old fans and fans of the genre. This game will have you on the edge of your seat from start to finish and will leave you feeling deeply satisfied by the time the credits roll. Striking Distance Studios with Glenn Schofield divided the players pretty badly with their Callisto Protocol. But while guys from Motive Studios, young and fearful, made everything completely opposite, they made us whole. Thank you very much for watching it till the very end. Please join the channel, subscribe on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. In the description down below will be multiple playlists with different games. Press like, put comment, and make us whole again.